Welcome back to Recovery Story. I am your host and content creator, Eric. It is Thursday, December 22nd, 2022. Welcome back to the show. Um, I was thinking today about dipping a little bit into the concept and the perspective that um, alcoholism and addiction are an actual disease, right? Obviously, I am not a medical doctor. I am not a physician or a pediatrician or anything that falls into any of those categories. I am only an individual who has recovered from alcoholism and drug addiction using a 12-step program. Full disclosure, that is the way that I have found works for me. Obviously, there are countless ways: religion, religious programs, um, spiritual programs. There's counseling, inpatient, outpatient, all sorts of things that can help people like me recover from this disease. So they would say, um, there's I've been taught through the hope and strength that I've received from others that this is, in fact, a disease and recognized by certain fields of medicine. And I do believe it is a threefold thing that manifests inside of me. Um, I do have an obsession of the mind, and when I do intake any type of substance that may alter my mood or mind, I do develop a phenomenon of craving, which leads me in turn to want and need more because, one is never enough, two is never enough, 25 is never enough. And in response to my continued use and destruction of my mind and body, I develop a spiritual malady over a period of time, and that leads to a lot of behaviors and excess, um, defects of character, if you would choose to call them. You know, um, a lot of my natural instincts pushed beyond their limits and utilized solely for my selfishness and self-seeking behavior. You know, I look at the mental obsession involved, and I view it from only my perspective. Obviously, I've only have my experience, and I've kind of learned and realized that over a period of time, even without a substance, I do have obsessive mind behavior, so to speak. Um, I get uh, really, really deep into certain things that I enjoy to this day without substance, whether it's physical exercise or, work or food or sex or beliefs, whatever it may be. That obsession still sticks with me after all these years of being away from the substances that originally had developed such a strong obsession in my mind. And it's the craving gets developed once I take any type of substance, and I'm convinced to this day that if I were to pick up any type of alcoholic beverage or some type of controlled substance, um, that I would definitely be uh, locked and loaded to continue having more. I do not have the ability to put it down after I've picked it up, and that is my experience from 9, 10, 11 years of full blown alcoholism and addiction, whatever it was. I kind of lost track over time. But then there's the spiritual malady part of it, right? Um, I truly believe, this is solely my opinion again, I have no formal background in education of anything of this sort, but I do believe that once my brain starts to be rewired and reworked with the substances that I'm intaking, I develop different ways of thinking, obviously based mostly in selfishness and self seeking, but a lot in fear. And, there's some defects that crop up with the spiritual malady, defects of character, shortcomings as a human, whatever you'd like to call them. Um, I run on a lot of pride and ego. I have big man on campus syndrome. I think I'm the most important person in the room or in the world. And these things help me to fuel my alcoholism and addiction when I'm out there. living that way. The nice part is with all these ways out, all the different methods these days that are utilized to help people recover and to escape the alcohol and the drugs that have them so in their grasp. That was how I was. There's all these programs with the court systems, which is actually, I came through a court system. Let's be honest, I was aggressive, and I did not follow the rules of the law and rules of the house, or any type of rules except for my rules, and that was no holds barred. But between the court programs and the outpatients and inpatients and the medical programs and state programs and the rehabilitation programs that are offered by health service places and corporations, and there's work programs these days that will send their employees to get help so they do not have to fire them. That is like amazing. It's not just the town drunk running around causing trouble anymore. Like, this is a real thing that affect a lot of people, so many people. And this disease, if you might call it, in my experience, just not only affects the individual, but affects their family and those around them and their friends and their employees and the people they love and care about. And that's why I honestly truly believe that perspective of the disease, the mental obsession with the phenomenon of craving, develop into a spiritual malady. I honestly and truly believe that is the way that this thing works inside my brain. I am trying to get as much information as I can, and as I present things to you guys, and obviously solely it is my opinion and my experience that I'm sharing with you. And I want to get a little bit into my story as some videos go on, and kind of let viewers know how I have managed to overcome, this alcoholism and addiction that had me hammered on for so long. Um, and there are many, many ways to do this. And I want to bring some hope and some love and some light and some faith and some experience to anybody who might possibly need it. Because ultimately, my goal as someone in recovery is to share the message of hope, and to share the message of faith, and to share the message that we do recover together as a group. I don't stand a chance at this thing. My mind, with the obsession and the phenomenon of craving and the spiritual malady that follows that, my mind is so powerful, and I just have absolutely no control over it. And I need to be in some type of program, that can help me get some time away, and can help me learn some new things about the way it works, and that can give me the ability to be shown a better way, because recovery is a better way, and it's available to anybody who wants it. So as we move along, I'm going to do Wednesday nights and Sunday nights. I couldn't get a video out last night because my life is just amazing and I didn't have time. So until next time, please please subscribe, share with your friends. Anybody who you think needs a little bit of hope or could benefit from something like this, please remember, we do recover, and I am here to help, as well as countless other people. Have a great night.